The Life Coaching Toolbox Podcast is brought to you by Joeel and Natalie Rivera of Transformation Academy. In this episode, Joeel talks about your childhood and conditioning hold clues to your life purpose. This episode is one of 14 episodes in a series that walks you through the complete Life Purpose Quest virtual workshop.
So welcome back. Now I want to talk about childhood influences. See, from the first time we open our eyes, we begin imitating our parents or those around us. When our caretakers smile at us, we learn to smile. When our caretakers get frustrated, we learn frustration. See, in this process, we start learning what to fear, what is good, what is bad, and how we should react to situations. It also shows us how to manage our emotions and how to interact with others. With that said, we don't want to point out that we are all born with our own temperament, our personality, and that does affect how we react to situations. But at our core, we learn how to deal with the outside world from what we learn from those around us. As children age, they further develop their own personality and identities. But inevitably, in most cases, they take on roles that their parents or other modeled for them. A child that is very giving usually comes from an environment with a parent or people around them who act this way. At the same time, if you have a child who is a bully to others, this usually tends to be a learned behavior through personal experience. So through adolescence and into early adulthood, most of us begin trying on additional roles. We were served during the childhood. We experience our first romantic relationship, and we try on what we've been taught about relationship for the first time. For some, this means love and compassion. But for many, these roles follow the script of neglect, possibly abuse, clinging, off again, on again, relationships, needy attachments, or whatever we've learned a relationship is supposed to be like. So it's extremely common for young adults who are abused by the parents to end up in an abusive relationship or end up being abusive. Not only do we begin imitating the relationships we had or observed as we enter adulthood, it's also common for us to follow the same path academically and professionally as well. It's no surprise when children go into the family business or go into the same type of career as their parents. So it's almost cliche to mention the child whose parent wants them to take over the family business and the inner battle and identity conflict that can ensure as the child makes the decision to take a different path. See, we all experience this inner battle. See, most often on a smaller scale, or sometimes it's a battle that we don't even recognize that is truly impacting us. Each time we take a step back, observe our lives and our options, and choose to step off the well-worn path to follow a new one, it may create some stress or even some excitement. See, the silver lining here is that we all have the choice to learn from what we experienced as a child rather than continue to repeat the same pattern and roles that we've been taught over and over and over again. See, when living on conscious autopilot, it is easy to see how one can fall into patterns and roles learned during childhood. So simply taking time to reflect on your childhood experiences and the caretakers who influence us gives us an opportunity to choose to live differently. So we're going to give you an activity that can be a great starting point for bringing the light of your consciousness into understanding of who we are, where we came from, and who we want to be. So influences on your worldview or core beliefs about life as children. See, we are influenced by many things, including the country, the community we grew up in, our culture, heritage, and the media that we're exposed to. However, what has the most direct influence on us is the people we are the closest to. So for a young child, the primary caretaker have the greatest imprint. Your parent or caretaker, basically anyone who helped raise you, each had their own belief systems and view about life. Sometimes they're reinforced when you see it in different caretakers or different people around your life, a certain belief system. Like we've discussed, these influential people's actions and beliefs were the building blocks on which you build your own view of the world and yourself. So how you see yourself and what you believe about the nature of the world is a combination of the influences of all these people. So what we're going to do in this activity is identify 2 to 3 people or more who have the greatest direct impact on you. It could be your caretaker or anyone else, and answer the following question. Again, we're going to give you this activity. So you don't have to worry about writing all these things down, but I just want to go over them really quickly. So for each caretaker, make a list of his or her positive and negative qualities and be specific. You may want to draw a line down the center of the paper, writing positive traits on one side and negative on the other. And then circle the qualities from each that you can see from within yourself. Which caretakers influence your current personality, beliefs, lifestyle the most? Did you know you wanted to be like this person, or did it just happen by default? Did you choose, or was it just an unconscious decision? And for each caretaker, make a list of their core beliefs about life. This could be things they tend to say about work, people, politics, religion, etc. What was their view of the world? And also, for each, circle any beliefs that you have taken on to your own life. And then put a line through any beliefs or views that you have not adopted or that you rejected. So now, notice where your caretaker's views about life differ. Do you lean dramatically towards one person's viewpoint over another? Are there any viewpoints where you have adopted a belief that is somewhere in between? Are any of your views dramatically and drastically different, almost opposite to your caretakers? Next, for each, ask yourself what you would say his or her life purpose or mission is. What were they passionate about? What did they seem to be trying to accomplish in this world? Now ask yourself, in what way did the mission of your caretaker inspire your current ambition and values? Did you feel drawn to grab one of their torches and carry the flame? Or did you feel the need to snuff it out and ignite a new one and bring your own fire and bring your own passion and your own desires into it? So again, we're just going to take a moment and we're going to hand out this activity. And I want everyone just to take a few minutes, and I want you to go through this, really process it, and come up with your own answers so that you can start exploring the influences that you've had and what you have created because of that and what you want to create moving forward. Thank you.
Visit transformationacademy.com/toolbox to download free life coaching worksheets that go with the activities discussed in this podcast, plus other resources for creating a thriving life coaching business.